Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and I've got a bit of a confession, guys. I'm getting a little bit frustrated because in the last part I built this coal export line down to here and a brick factory, and I was hoping to make a bit more money, but I'm not making the money that I thought I was making. If I go back to last month, you can see we made about 60 odd thousand. If you take into consideration the money I spent here, 67. So we're only making about 60,000 a month, which is really going to slow up my progress in building Oil Town over here. And I've been thinking about it, and I think maybe it's time now to try and go self-sufficient. This is going to be very interesting because I've got a complete confession, guys. I've looked at being the construction mechanic of this game, but I haven't looked into it into much depth. So this is going to be a little bit of a voyage of exploration. And what I'm thinking is that I can't see any point of using a construction over here. We'll just use money for any improvements, anything that's going on over here. And what we're going to do is build a construction area camp resources here, because the way I want to think about it is I'm going to have Oil Town here, and then eventually, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, that over here is an iron mine. So I'm thinking that if I can produce my main self-sufficiency items here, it will work. The first thing I want to do is I've got this horrible ramp here, and what I need to do is try and flatten this off a bit, and I'm just going to go for slightly, and what I want to do is just curve this round like this. And what I want to do, the idea is I'm just trying to smooth out this slope to reduce any problems, because what I'm building down here is what you could almost call it construction town. Well, that's the idea anyway. So what we're going to do is just come around here, and maybe we'll shorten it down a little bit now. So we're just going to move that across here a bit. Just smooth that across like that. I'm not sure. That's just not. I'm not sure if this is the proper way to do it, but what I've found with the other tools, because they don't respect slopes, what actually tends to happen is that you don't get a graduation down the slope. When I will probably terrace this over time, but the idea is that I just want this to smooth out a little bit, because I'm probably going to be building over here in quite a fairly large community, because I'm going to be completely honest, guys, I haven't really looked at the mechanics for what I'm going to need for this becoming self-sufficient. So this is going to be a little bit of a leap in the dark, is probably the best way to describe it. What we're going to do is just keep moving this round, and of course while this is happening I'm still going to be making lots of money, although I do have to keep an eye on my food situation, because my food is dropping a little bit. We got a new vehicle type. I've had all sorts of those crop up recently. I'm not sure if that will. Yeah, I'm just going to. That's not going to turn green. Not that it makes that much difference. I'm not particularly worried about whether the road will go here. I'm just going to go around here. You can see the graduation of the slope now compared to this steep drop here. Oops. The hook here. And if I get down to about here, it's going to maybe. Well, that's turning green. That's good, because this is the direction that I will want a good road in. Need to come back a little bit here. There, you're now turning green. So I do want this to turn green, especially as the we come towards that gap in the trees there. One tip, guys, if you're going to do this really extensive terrain manipulation, do it in steps and give your finger a little bit of a rest, because if you've got to keep holding down the mouse button to do this, it can actually make your fingers hurt after a while. Right, let's just get this out a little bit, and maybe just move down a little bit more. And of course, this is all free. Ease that out a little bit more, and just stop that for a moment. I'm going to rotate a little bit further around. What I want to do is fill in this hole here as well. So, we're just going to hopefully just use my guys here. And let this right. Well, I want it to go green because this is the direction I want the road to go into. And I'm just going to sweep that round. I think eventually we're going to get so close to that building it won't let me. Yep, that's too big a descent. That should now give me this area here. Just want to whoops, and I'm just going to back this off a little bit here as well, like this. Let's curve that round a little bit. There's a I think that would do. So we've now, the idea is I've got this really nice flattish area here compared to that really steep drop off, and that will now blend down into this area here. Now we've got this large aggregate storage, it's powered, and what I want to do now is start work on this thing. What we need is gravel processing. And of course what this is going to do is now flatten off this area a little bit. What I want is to hopefully, I'm just going to bring you up a little bit. Yeah, we're not paying for this, that's good. And maybe we'll just tilt this round a little bit like this. What I want is this now to creep in. Keep on getting those random moves like that. Oops, I've built that. I didn't intend to build it. But we'll see how it goes, guys. I think I've got plenty of cash, so what I want is this road to come. Oh, I meant to buy this, so. And what I want is this. Hopefully this road will connect up, and I suppose I better pay for this now. I know that it will connect, and the idea is that we've got the quarry up here which will supply to this storage here, which will then supply stuff to the processing plants, and then further down. And this is where it all gets a little bit messy from my perspective, that if we look at construction, we got a concrete plant here which needs gravel and cement, and an asphalt plant. Now what I've found is that none of these buildings seem to connect up. So like the cement plant doesn't have any input areas into it. It's just got a it's got a couple of inputs which we could hook up from the perspective of gravel. We've also got prefab panels, which, let's have a quick look. That's got a connection as well to No, so we could feed this off of this area here, but I think what I'm going to really do is we're going to get a large storage area here. And again, I'm just going to spin it round a little bit like this. What I'm going to do is leave quite a lot of space. Actually, I'm a bit worried about that little bit of bumpy there. So let me just take that off because I don't want to pay for this because I have enough money problems as it is. Just flatten this area. Right, so we've actually got a little bit too far away now. Okay. I've actually messed. Oh no, I can. That's going to be in a dip. That could be a bit of a problem. I think we can get away with that, guys. Well, we're soon going to find out. Conveyors. Okay, game. I can play your game. Oops, I'm paying for it. Right. And what we're going to do is build this as well. And I think what we're going to do now is go gravel here. I'd love the road to go under there as well. No, I won't, because that's going to obstruct that. That's annoying. Take that off. I'm just going to put you up there. We're going to fund those. So we've now got our gravel storage there. We've got this here. What I want to do now is build a construction town here. Well, we've got enough money for this. So what am I thinking? Let me see what we can fit in here. I would like a small shopping centre. You get the actually bus station. Zoom in a bit. Right, if I put the while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna auto build the bus station here because we're going to need to have a connection that will service these people. And we're going to go for gravel roads. Actually, what I want from a residential perspective is a couple of pretty big blocks here. Let's turn that off. Turn that on. Randomly move new citizens from existing residential buildings. No, don't want that. Where? No, I don't want that. I'll recruit my own citizens because one thing I don't like with the recruitment mechanic is that you get uneducated people coming in and build that, and we're just going to just put a really big block in as well, and that's actually on flat ground, so and just that road up there. We've now got some people. We're going to leave the buildings empty just for the moment while I build up the infrastructure. That's a bit too close, because I would like to get the. I would have liked to have got the small shopping centre on that corner. Okay, we're just going to have to put it down here. We put it that way. I'm going to go for the small shopping centre because I don't want to put two buildings here. Spend some more money. So we've now got a small shopping centre there. And actually, could I get a sports ground or something in here? Let's just build this up. No, what a pain. Or we can get a sports centre on this side. Yeah, that one we struck that, so we can. And then we're just gonna. And so we got 2 blocks. We'll build that as well. We got the money for it. So we got 2 accommodation blocks. We got a bus station here, and so we got that bus station there. This is going to be the bus station that's going to provide these residents with a link to the outside world. I think what we'll probably need is a kindergarten. Kindergarten in as well. We could probably put a kindergarten here. Let's just extend the road out. I think we can go gravel. Try and save a little bit of money. Oops. And just level this off a little bit. We put the kindergarten here. And then just build that in. Right, I think it's time now to get a few residents in. We got the shop up and running. Okay, let's just recruit a few people. We're going to invite them from the Soviet bloc. About 60 in there, and maybe another 60 in there. And what we need now is a bus. Buy rubles. Actually, we'll buy 2 buses. And your job is going to be to run from there to there. And the idea is that will provide a link. We're also going to need a petrol station down here. Actually, let's get some paths in. I'm a bit concerned about the money. No. Put this up like that. And you can hook up like that. Click your game. Just hook up like that. And of course we got no power. Always overlook something. Now I know that has got power, so what I want to do is push the power down as far as I can here. I put zoom in really close. I put that about there. That's right on the limit, so that's not going to fit. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay. I think what we're going to have to do is put a power station in about here. I'm just going to that should work, and then we've got a substation here, and what we're going to need to do is just want to put another footpath just in here, Oops, nope. Like that. Then what we're going to do is, oh, this one, and we're going to hook up this medium voltage. And what I want to do is just run this up, maybe across to here, and then we'll hook that up to there. I'll probably put a school here to get a bit of a thriving hub going with the accommodation here, and eventually one of my first construction projects is going to be to get a road down to here. So that's up and running. Of course, the other thing I want is some dump trucks. Just realised I don't have any. I haven't bought any dump. I will use this bus eventually, because what I would like to do is for the bus to actually, we could use the bus straight away. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick up there, and your job is to come down to here. And the idea is that this bus will provide access to some culture. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, dump trucks. Dump trucks. What do we want? Is dumpers. It's got the biggest capacity. 12, 12, 12. And your job is going to be pick up here and over here. Quarry stone. Just don't load all. And then what I'm going to do is copy that. I think to paste this, I must admit I've never been totally happy with this. And what you're going to do is close this and then open up that. Now the next thing we're going to need up here is a gas station, because one, we got these trucks operating, plus eventually we'll have construction vehicles running around here as well. So the next thing we want is a gas station. I don't want that there. You're going to have to come over here. That. I'm just going to build that in. So. Culture. No. Yep. No education. We'll work on the education. Now the next thing I want is, how's the food supplies here? Yeah, the food supply is building up quite nicely. So what we're going to do now, I think we can pick up a truck from here. Covered whole. What's got the biggest amount of food carrying? 6.5 food. That's the one I want. Your job is going to be to pick up from the food factory, yes. And your job is to deliver there. And what we're going to do is, your job is just to pick up food. You will wait till you're fully loaded, and when you get here you will unload food, and you will wait until, right. And what that will mean is that the truck will come up here and just sit, because these small supermarkets actually have 2 bays here, so I can leave the food truck here, so just unloading, and that will cut down the number of journeys they're doing. Okay, I'm going to crack, guys. I'm going to put a school in. I'm just going to drop a school in there. And hook. And fund it with rubles. Just going to. That will build that up. I'll fund that construction there. What we will probably need is some teachers, so what we're going to do is get a couple of educated people here. And what should happen is the teachers will go into there, so we've got a little bit of our thriving construction community here built up. ready to go. So we made a start. We're now producing a little bit of gravel. I mean, I just don't understand why a gravel processing plant doesn't have an input conveyor. I mean, I can understand it not coming from the quarry, but you'd have thought you should be able to have the same arrangement as I had over here. But you should be able to deliver to the storage area, and then that should go straight into there, which then should go to this gravel output area there. And so we got this area working up and running now. Now on, life gets a little bit more interesting because I'm not too sure how, because what I want is one of these areas to power my construction, but so I need to think about this, guys. I need to build up some cash as well. Oh my god, it's a small bus station. I don't want to put it there, and I don't want this to be too far away. I could actually, sorry about this, guys. What I'm going to do is we're going to as it saying there's some infrastructure in the way. Okay. What we can do is just hook this up here. And what we're going to do is that road to there, and then this road's going to come through here. This will make sense, guys, don't worry, eventually. There's one thing I do know about these construction sites is that you need a dedicated bus platform for the, so what we're going to do is hopefully that one now squeeze in there. Yeah, let's put it that way because the footpaths are that way round. Okay, I'm just gonna and hopefully, okay, I'm just going to use a road to connect that up. Whoops. Footpath. I want that build. Okay. Let me do it that way. Now the idea is this bus link will be for that there. Okay, we're going to just curve that round here into there like that. So this is going to be my bus station for my workers, people who want to travel backwards and forwards between this area here. I mean, ideally I don't want, so we're going to have the two bus, and then this is going to be the bus station for my workers. And what we're going to do is just make this purely into workers. And what we want is just passengers and students here. So eventually we're going to get workers here, and then the workers are going to drive the construction camp here. And I think just to finish this part off, guys, I need to just trim off that little bit there. So this road, and what we're going to do is mark this road through here. I'm not sure why that's showing white, because I want it built. And what we're going to do is for our construction office here, how much is this going to cost? Oh, okay. Well, we can save a bit of money by And we may want to branch off this way. Maybe we're just... Yeah, you're in power range, that's good. It'd be embarrassing if this... And of course we're gonna... I'm just gonna build there. Not in dollars. Now this is going to be the construction office. And what we're going to do then is build a... Oh, why did that build automatically? I'm going to get a feel for these gravel roads. Anyway, I've really run down my cache, guys. So what we're going to do is just use this area here. This is filling up quite nicely. Right, guys, we've got our community up and running here, and people are fairly happy. We got a few workers here who don't. And my first construction project is going to be to connect up this road here, and so that that bus doesn't have to wander all the way up round there. And that will provide a more direct link down to here for these people who want anything that they need. And of course, what we can do is continue to expand this up. And then the idea is the construction workers here will drive the process of building Oil Town over here. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Now, if you've got any tips and hints about effective use of construction, feel free to chuck them in the video description, because I am very much in uncharted waters here. To be honest, I'm still not really comfortable with this, the concrete and the asphalt plant, or the various buildings I'm going to need to provide the raw materials. So from now on, it's going to be very much a little bit of experimentation. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.